Think you can outrun the law? Think again. This is Chasepoint, where the most dangerous pursuits and high-stakes arrests come to life. If you're planning a getaway, maybe don't choose a vehicle that screams, "Look at me." But on May 30th, 2023, Chad Murdoch, 32, from Cincinnati, Ohio, did just that, stealing a bright yellow school bus in broad daylight. It didn't take long for state troopers and sheriff's deputies to spot the rolling beacon of chaos. The chase? Oh, it was on. The bus was taken from the Cincinnati area and tracked heading west on I-74 into Indiana. Indiana State Police, along with local officers, attempted to stop the vehicle near Batesville, but Murdoch refused to pull over. Catching up to a school bus isn't hard. It's built for slow rides. But stopping it? That's where things get tricky. You can't ram it, and pit maneuvers could flip the whole thing sideways. So the officers stayed close, biding their time for the perfect takedown. The chase tore through Decatur and Shelby counties, bouncing across fields and yards like a demolition derby. Cops finally popped the tires near County Road 25, just outside Shelbyville, and the bus rolled to a stop. No injuries, no casualties, just a whole lot of damage. And now, Chad Murdoch's got a rap sheet that includes stealing a school bus, resisting arrest, reckless driving, and tearing up private property. April 26, 2016, Doral, Florida. Just 14 miles west of downtown Miami, a quiet city was about to become the stage for a chase straight out of a Hollywood script. A stolen flatbed truck with forklift dangling off the back barreled through the streets like a wrecking ball on wheels. This wasn't fiction, it was real. The chase ripped through Miami-Dade County, and the driver wasn't holding back. He slammed into a police cruiser, barreled onto the Palmetto Expressway, and smashed through everything in his path. A light pole, a message board, even a palm tree. It was like watching a slow-motion disaster unfold. What was he thinking? Stealing a massive flatbed truck with a forklift and tearing through Miami like a wrecking ball? Did he really believe he could outrun the cops in that beast? Every mile was a gamble with public safety. How far did he think he could go before it all came crashing down? Comment your take below. The chase reached its breaking point when the truck crashed into a median and flipped over. The suspect, Devin Dean, was arrested on the scene, facing serious charges: aggravated assault, battery on a police officer, and resisting arrest with violence. It was a reckless ride that ended exactly how you'd expect. On May 25, 2021, a stolen van with fake tags was spotted leaving Savannah. GSP trooper caught it on I-516, flipped on his lights, and moved in for the stop. But the driver didn't slow down. She punched the gas, and just like that, the pursuit was live. Stolen vans aren't built for speed. They're heavy, slow, and tough to maneuver. The suspect was about to face a harsh reality. Her getaway vehicle was working against her. The suspect was identified as Melinda Flakes, a repeat offender with a criminal history dating back to 2011. At just 17, she was caught escaping from a police cruiser. Over the years, her offenses escalated, from petty escapes to full-blown vehicle theft. On this day, however, she chose a stolen paint van as her getaway vehicle, hardly the choice of a seasoned criminal. After being cuffed, Melinda Flakes was officially off the road. Her passenger was cleared. No warrants, no involvement. But inside the van, officers discovered a burned glass pipe. That discovery led to an additional charge: driving under the influence of banned substances. Following the crash, Melinda Flakes was hospitalized for minor injuries and processed by authorities. It's unclear whether she served jail time for the stolen van incident. But if she did, it wasn't enough to keep her off the streets. Just 4 months later, same trooper arrested her again, this time for stealing and wrecking a silver Honda Accord. Her pattern of behavior was unmistakable. It's just past midnight on March 20th, 2018. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, police spot a stolen vehicle cruising through the quiet streets, and behind the wheel is 36-year-old Angie Frost. She's calm as they cuff her, claiming her friend Steven lent her the car to help move some things. She swears she didn't know it was stolen. But as one officer stays behind to hear her story, Angie flips the script. Out of nowhere, she offers to become an informant. Is it desperation or deception? Either way, Tulsa PD isn't buying it.
I mean, I don't know if that's the correct term.
Are you in regular contact with somebody, a detective, or are you just talking about you've talked to patrol officers before about stuff?
No, it wasn't patrol officers.
Okay, so it was some detective or something?
It was the one in charge. I don't know what they're called.
In charge of what?
Over
An officer tells Angie she's going to jail and places her in the front seat of the squad car. It seems like the situation is under control, but it's not. While the officers talk outside, Angie keeps chatting inside, bragging about crimes around Tulsa like she's part of it all. When that doesn't work, she changes her plan. And the moment that door shuts, everything changes.
What is she doing?
Trying to steal your car.
Stop! 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 Stop!
She drove a few blocks, left the car behind, and was later found sitting on the stairs of an apartment building.
Yeah, her right there. There she is. Come here now! You stole a police car in front of 3 police officers. I've seen some stupid stuff, but my gosh.
We saw you do it.
No, you didn't see me do it.
I did.
He did.
Hard to steal models.
Following her arrest, Angie Frost faced multiple charges, including possession of a stolen vehicle, escape from arrest, resisting law enforcement, driving with a suspended license, and larceny of an automobile. February 7th, 2024, a stolen U-Haul van barrels down the highway with Arkansas State Police in relentless pursuit. The chase, already stretching over 60 miles, ignited in Oklahoma, where 21-year-olds Corey Mercier and Trenton Johnson allegedly swiped the van near Colcord. Moments later, they smashed head-on into another vehicle, but instead of stopping, they punched the gas, triggering a high-speed pursuit that tore across state lines into Arkansas. With traffic swelling and civilians dangerously close, every second becomes a countdown to disaster. The stakes are sky high, but officers refuse to back down. That van may be a tank on wheels, but it's not immune to a well-timed pit. One trooper charges into the chaos, risking everything to stop these suspects before tragedy strikes. It was a close call, but the officer made it out alive. Backup swarmed the scene, and Corey and Trenton were swiftly arrested off camera without further resistance. But here's where things take a darker turn. Inside that stolen U-Haul, officers uncovered multiple firearms, a machete, and 2 Molotov cocktails. Their intentions remain a mystery, but police stopped them before disaster struck. In the end, both men were slammed with a barrage of charges, including aggravated assault, criminal conspiracy, possession of destructive devices, and felony fleeing. On August 29, 2022, Milwaukee police pursued a stolen Volkswagen SUV believed to be connected to a recent home invasion. 4 suspects were inside the vehicle. After fleeing the scene, the driver attempted to evade officers by swerving into oncoming traffic, further endangering public safety and intensifying the pursuit. The stolen SUV carried 4 suspects, a 35-year-old woman, an 18-year-old woman, and 2 boys, just 16 and 14. That's right, barely teenagers, yet allegedly tied to an armed robbery. Who were these kids? What path led them into a crime this serious? When suspects start swerving into oncoming traffic, it's not just about escape, it's about chaos. Officers know that one wrong move here doesn't just end the chase, it could end lives. That's why every second counts. As the police SUV positioned for a pit maneuver, the suspect anticipated the strike and swerved off-road. The pursuit shifted from pavement to dirt, escalating the danger. In moments of desperation, choices become unpredictable. What's your take on this evasive move? Share your thoughts below. The chase reached its climax when officers executed a precision pit maneuver. The stolen SUV spun out and slammed into a light pole. No more running. All were taken into custody and expected to face charges including reckless endangerment and fleeing law enforcement. That wraps up today's wild ride. If you're watching this thinking it looks fun, think again. Always obey the law, drive responsibly, and never pull stunts like this. Real consequences, real danger. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next chase.